Hello and welcome to another video from TheSavageTrout on YouTube, and it is episode 16 of my FIFA 15 Burnley career mode here against Southampton. We are currently on a 6-match unbeaten run. This is our 7th game. I thought we were playing Spurs, but we're actually playing Southampton. We are in the middle of December now, but obviously as you can see in the table, Southampton joint on points with us at the moment. We are only 2 points away from the relegation zone. Man City and Everton both down there struggling. Bit of a bizarre season really, but if we can win this, it'd be a great result really, considering we've had 2 draws. One change, Arfield has come in for George Boyd. Also another thing I want to address, there was a few audio problems in the QPR video. I've had the problems before where it's just kind of a bit of a I don't know how to describe it, just kind of like this bit of a whining noise, I guess, at points. I've had it before, but I haven't had it for months, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. I haven't really changed anything with the audio, so it might have just been maybe the mic's getting old. I mean, this is kind of a tester one. If the audio isn't brilliant in this, then not really sure what I'm going to do, but it's kind of got me a bit paranoid for this game, which worries me about the result potentially, but it is at home, and we haven't lost at home in a while, but then again we haven't lost in a while as well. But Southampton won't be an easy side. They haven't exactly done brilliantly this season for whatever reason. Well, you can see that as they're joint on points with us, but yeah, I still think there's a chance we can win this. I tried to find Arfield, but that was poor really. Oh, Arfield almost went there. Dyche couldn't quite. But yeah, Southampton have got quite a few good players, so I mean, got to watch out for Long. I think they're going to be pretty good going forward, so our defence is going to have to be alert. That's a great ball into Trippier though, and Trippier actually took it inside there, but then I kind of lost track of where the hell he was going. It's into Trippier. I didn't actually want to do that. Well, I wanted it to actually be left for the person who was on the edge of the box waiting to hit it, which was a bit of a bummer really. I thought it was going to fall to him, and then I realised it was too late. Here's Shane Long, Schneiderlin. They've also got Alderweireld in. This is a pretty strong side, which kind of amazes me that they're not really higher up the table like they are in real life. Here's Wanyama. Shackle's done well. Oh dear. Oh, that's a good block. Good header away. We've actually gone now. In the 6 games that we haven't lost in, we've also not conceded more than 1 goal in every game. Although we seem to always concede 1 goal, apart from that game against Everton, which started this crazy unbeaten run. It does kind of remind me of Norwich's unbeaten run. I think it was when they got first back into the Premier League, as I think the free kick's been given there. Yes, it has. Luckily we don't have the referee that we had last time out. Didn't really like him at all. Got screwed over against QPR with that penalty, but I mean we still got a point out of it, so it wasn't all too bad. But here's Danny Ings with a bit of room. He's played it back to Kitely now. It's a good ball in. Lucas Jutskovic couldn't quite get there, headed away, and now we've got to be careful of Shane Long and Wanyama and Southampton hitting us on the break here. They've got plenty of pace in their side as well. Good tackle though by Ben Mee, I think it was, and now Kitely tidies it up. Chalobah into Arfield, and now Trippier. Nice passing play here. And Danny Ings. Lucas Jutskovic, he's found a bit of room, but I was expecting Arfield to be bombing forward there, and he just simply wasn't. And now we have Wanyama going forward with Rodriguez, and this has been a great career mode so far, but I mean if we start losing games at this point again, then relegation is on the cards really. Jutskovic leaps over the challenge. Chalobah, he's tried to clip it into Jutskovic, who's done pretty well, but he kind of got blocked there. Couldn't quite win it back from Gardo Caesar. And Klein, who's a brilliant little player, just completely destroys Ings there. Oh, this is brilliantly worked from Southampton at the moment. We've got to be careful. Here's Tadic, but couldn't quite control it. And Chalobah have gone for a long ball over the top to Arfield, who wins it in the air, but Jutskovic couldn't really get there. They've got a pretty solid defence, Southampton. We don't want to go on ultra defensive, I don't know what I'm doing there. Into Davis, who I'm surprised is playing, but got to be careful on the edge of the box because Wanyama's got a lot of room. I could say that from a mile away. And Klein. Klein is looking really dangerous going forward, and he's been being solid at the back. Kind of realistic, really, but really dangerous player at the moment for Southampton in this game and in real life. Can't really get the ball off Southampton at the moment. I was expecting it to be a tough game, but I wasn't quite expecting it to be this tough. As Newcastle winning once again, they are now joint on points with Chelsea. Pretty amazing, really. Trippier's going to try and get to that. I love the long throws from the AI because you can just intercept them so much easier. And Chalobah had to be careful there. But Kitely into Jutskovic now, and now we can run with it maybe. Not quite. We've lost it again. We really haven't been able to do much with it. Here's Shackle into Kitely. Taylor. Not really being given much time on the ball. Kind of going back to the Pochettino pressing here, really, Southampton. They switched out wide to Kitely, and this is nice, though. It's come to Danny Ings, who's hit it. Good save by the keeper. And back out wide to Rodriguez. I'm not sure that was ever going to go, and I don't think Ings quite got enough power behind it. We maybe should have took another touch and then hit it, but can't really go back in time now. And now Wanyama has got a bit of room to Davis. Good tackle. Oh, they've all got a bit lost in the defence. Oh, we got very lucky there. I think we're quite unlucky, really, to be honest. Was the way it kind of fell to the to Tadic there, but so I mean the keeper had to do it, and he managed to save it. As a bit of a miscommunication there, but it didn't really matter. And here's Lukas Jutskovic breaking now. He's got the pace, but so has Klein. And Klein's actually made a mistake there, though, and now we can keep going with Jutskovic. And Bertrand, if we'd cut inside there, we could have recapitalised, but again, Southampton's defence just too solid. And Chalobah was intercepted there. This is getting a bit feisty now. Great play there by Chalobah, and here's Danny Ings, and he's got a bit of room. And he's found Taylor. That was brilliant from Danny Ings. And Chalobah. And Danny Ings, poor pass. Very just tight in the midfield and defensive areas. There really hasn't been many opportunities for chances in this game whatsoever, which is kind of similar to the QPR game, to be honest, but we've had a lot less possession and chances than we had in that game, really. Jutskovic had a bit of room there, but it's half-time anyway. Well, for once we're not 1-0 down at half-time, but we haven't had to come from 1-0 down, but it is still 0-0. Arsenal losing, which is bad for them. What about Man City? Surely they're not. Yes, they are losing again. Man City in all kinds of trouble. Everton are winning, which is crucial for them. So Man City at the moment, what is this, like the 16th or 15th game of the season? Could be slipping into the relegation zone. I think it will be the 16th for them. So I'm not quite sure what the hell's going on with Manchester City at the moment. Did they... Well, they can't have really got rid of any of their players because the transfer window is closed, so a bit bizarre, really. Oh my god, bit of a half chance there for, I think it was Wanyama. Ings tried to lay it off to Jutskovic, who almost got there in the end, but couldn't quite. Chalobah, that is great play again, and Tadic has got a bit too much room for my liking, and we had to just whack it out there with Shackle. Corner though. It's going to be Davis to whip it in. It's not a bad ball in, you know, and thank God for the save. And now actually Heaton can blast out to Jutskovic, who's got a bit of room here, but Alderweireld again, such a solid defender. And that's a big goal for Arsenal there against Newcastle. That's a great pass into Danny Ings, and now here's a chance to take the lead. Danny Ings, he maybe needs some support. Oh no, we've messed it up. I was trying to go back to Jutskovic, but I Pressed it too early, and for some reason I think I've just been lacking in the final third in these last few games against Villa, QPR, and now this. Jutskovic though, and it's come to Kitely, has it? Almost. Taylor, Chalobah. Jutskovic has got a bit of room, good block. And sturdy at the back of Southampton. We are creating more chances though, as we always seem to do in the second half for whatever reason. We have got so substitution there, Pella's on. We've got to be wary of him, the man in my fantasy football side. Taylor, that's a horrendous tackle though. Taylor's found a bit of room. I thought he was going to hit it better, considering he's kind of famed for his long shots. Ashley Barnes is going to come on here, as is George Boyd. I'm going to keep Vokes on the bench this time for the whole game. And that is going to be a yellow card from the grey referee, Jay Rodriguez. Wouldn't be surprised if he's taken off now for someone. Actually, Barnes hasn't featured in quite a while, if I remember correctly. I mean, obviously he scored against Everton. I think he had one other game. Can't quite remember if against who, but it might have been Stoke or something. But now it's his chance to shine again. Was it at 0-0? Although we have to be careful here. Shackle's got a good clearance though, but Barnes not really going to it at all. Wanyama's really looked dangerous for Southampton. We've got to be careful of him, because he's got it again, and that's Schneiderlin, and this is dangerous area. Davis, good tackle from Ben Mee. Defenders getting into each other's way a bit there, but we are okay in the end, and it's Ashley Barnes into Taylor. Taylor has done very well there. Couldn't quite slip it into the path of Barnes though, and again it's been blasted forward. It's come to Trippier. Tried to play it into Boyd. It's a poor touch really. Bertrand was always going to clean that up. 1-0 to Liverpool. Might be a big goal for the top four, and that's a great ball into Wanyama. I said he's looked dangerous. I'm not quite sure why he's tried to play it across there, and it may have actually saved us. If he'd gone for goal, I think that could have potentially been us 1-0 down, and the undefeated streak could have been over. Here's Jutskovic though, and he's tried to slip it into Barnes, but again, final third, we can't quite deliver there for whatever reason recently, but our defence has just about been strong enough to keep us in games. But now it's Rodriguez, and it hasn't this time, and now we're in real trouble of losing this undefeated streak, and it looked like it might be coming, and it's Trippier that's really cost us there at the back by the looks of it, and now we're in quite a bit of trouble because we're relying on someone to pop up now to really get us back into this, and Barnes is looking to be that person. He's whipped it in. It's Jutskovic potentially, but it's well defended again. Not cleared brilliantly though. It's come to Jutskovic again. Great save by Fraser Forster, the former Celtic goalkeeper, and I think that was Sean Dyche on the touchline, flipping on the floor. Chalobah's gone for an effort, and if that had gone in, I would have gone absolutely mental. It wasn't too far out, actually, to be honest, but we're running out of time now. I thought Spurs might have been the game, which is our next game away from home, that kind of the undefeated streak would potentially come to an end, but it might be this game. I was hoping to pick up at least a point from it, but Jack Cork now, and it's Pella, and that is game over, almost certainly now, and it looks like it's going to be our first defeat in quite a while, which is going to be quite a blow, I think, considering the games that we've got coming up in the future. But the well of finishing just seems to have dried up a bit for whatever reason, especially in this game, but recently as well. Kitely's tried to play it into Barnes, but just hasn't been enough going forward in this game, really.
Chelsea did score. The score is now 3-1. There's a lot going on down at the Liberty Stadium.
Which there hasn't been for quite a few games now, I'd say. Ever since the Aston Villa game, it's just been a bit flat going forward, I would say. And it's Pella now, and it could be free, and we've fell to pieces at the back, and Pella has torn us apart. And I'll be laughing my head off if it was fantasy football at the moment, was Pella getting two, but Well,
We just feel sorry for the keeper, really. The way he's hit that to his right, he's got no chance of getting it.
Juskovic now has a bit of room, but it's looking like it's game over here, which is a bit deflating, really. That's a good ball in, but again, can't quite get there, and it's Taylor now, Chalobah, Kitely, Ben Mee puts it into the box. It's Ashley Barnes. He's got in the way. Boyd, his shot is blocked. Southampton have played very well in this game, to be fair. Keane into Trippier. And we've just kind of fell apart in this second half, which is usually when we're so strong. Ashley Barnes has got a bit of room, but that sums up the game, really. He might have gone down injured as well, by the looks of it there. Mane is on now for Rodriguez. This has probably been our one of the worst performances we've had all season. I mean, the Sunderland game was pretty bad. I think we just have a curse against the S's, apart from obviously Stoke. I mean, Sunderland absolutely battered us, and now Southampton. I always thought this would be a difficult game, to be honest. Southampton just seem to have a team that are really, really good. I'm not quite sure why they are as low as they are at the moment on this career mode. But they're certainly proven to be a good side here. Pella is certainly shown his worth as well, and that's not a great clearance either, and we're looking pretty all over the place at the back. But yeah, this is the first time we've conceded more than one goal in God knows how many games, so that's picked up by the goalkeeper. This has been a thumping though, there's no doubt about it. It's a 3-0 loss. Our unbeaten streak of 6 games is over. Southampton have defeated us in pretty fine style. Hopefully there wasn't any audio problems, otherwise that will just make this misery even worse. But Juskovic shaking his head. He's now going on a bit of a goal drought himself, to be honest. Pella ripped us apart there. And, well, the chances were fairly equal, but the shot actually was pretty poor. And Man City, I think they lost again. We're back down to 16th. It's only 2 points above the relegation zone still. So it's looking like it's going to be a bit more difficult now. I mean, QPR and Crystal Palace are already in trouble, but Man City, Villa, they're definitely still going to be in the hunt of, well, especially Man City, of getting out of the relegation zone. We do have Spurs up next. Oscar's now up to 13 goals all season, which is pretty unbelievable. But anyway, that's a soul-crushing defeat, really, but maybe we can just focus on going into winning games now. Now we don't have to kind of defend this unbeaten streak. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.